Welcome everyone, this is Dmitry. We are having another network programmability stream. Today we will not be writing Python code as we usually do, but we will take a look on the some DevOps techniques, in particular continuous integration, and we will be using GitLab product to do it. And we will be actually applying continuous integration for my blog to be able to publish the post more easily, but we will walk through that a little bit later. So top of mind this week. Oh, by the way, folks, if you're watching a recording, there is always in the description there is a time code, so if you don't like some specific sections, you can quickly jump to different portions of the stream. So top of mind this week. First and foremost, I will be publishing a new blog post tonight. It was written a couple of days ago, but I'm still proofreading it, and I'm changing some sections because I don't like them. The blog post is going to be about self-study, and so I will give you some tips on how I think you can improve self-study and how you can become a better engineer from my perspective. So I hope you will like it, and hopefully I will I will actually be careful and not open it on the stream because that would be embarrassing. So yeah, I wanted to publish it before the stream, but I realized that I still need a couple of iterations going through it and fixing some of the things that I don't like. Okay, another thing. So last stream was about Cisco. We were writing Cisco network plug and play server in Python. Unfortunately, in the middle of stream, my laptop crashed. So the recording that was published is incomplete on the YouTube, and I think this is the only stream so far which has an incomplete recording. So on the stream we actually reached the point where I was able to push arbitrary configs to different devices based on the serial number. So we got to that point, and then I stopped the stream, but unfortunately not all of that is available on the recording. So because once I restarted the stream, I decided, okay, I will not be recording that part again, because I'm actually not very good at video editing and stuff like that, and it really takes me a long time to figure out how to merge different versions of the video and stuff like that. So I decided, okay, I really don't want to do that. I also don't have time to do that, so I will not be recording the second part. But the code is already available. I published it a couple of hours before the stream. So if you go to my GitHub, so it's tmfigol, and I published it just now, and I don't see it. It should be Cisco PNP server thing. Yeah, it's right here. So you can take a look at the code and you can actually write and check it out. It's obviously not ready. It's nowhere near ready. But with everything that I do on this stream, feel free to reuse any code you like for anything you want, regardless if it's a personal project or work project. It's completely fine with me. Feel free to just change it the way you like, hack it together, make it work for your needs. So yeah, if you're curious about that, please feel free to check out the GitHub. I haven't seen any other open source implementations of Cisco PNP server, which allows you to do a lot of things with bootstrapping of the network devices. So yeah. All right, now another thing. So As some of you probably know, I'm part of this networking community, probably the biggest in the world right now, which is Router Gods. And well, I'm actually, since a year ago, I'm also part of the leadership team for the Router Gods. And since last year, we started doing these GoFundMe campaigns to send someone from the community to Cisco Live. And we usually give preference to people who are not CCIEs, who are not yet experts, who recently started in the industry, so that they get a chance to go to Cisco Live and network with other people. So last year we sent one person, and this year we managed to send 3 people to Cisco Live US. So which I think is just amazing. So if you are not part of Router Gods, you probably should be, and maybe next year you will be able to, well, if you're active enough, you will be able to go to Cisco Live US and maybe win this nomination that we're having every year. So yeah, I'm really proud of everyone in the community. I think it's amazing to give a chance to some people who are just starting to go to this event. Clifford, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Now, last but not the least, so this week I received an email from Cisco Live team and my DevNet workshop about Nornir, and we had so many streams about Nornir, probably like 6 or maybe even more, I don't remember. So the DevNet workshop about Nornir was accepted for Cisco Live US this year, so it's obviously a good news for me, and it also means that I will be going to San Diego this year. Another kind of like interesting side effect, this time not many of my sessions were accepted. So what this means for me is that my schedule will be light, and I will be able to network with more people than I usually can. Because I remember last year Cisco Live US, I had so many sessions, and I really felt depressed, I guess. Because like literally every day I had to like check some lab, prepare or something like that. Not much sleep, and during the day you have to make sure that everything for your session works. So also didn't have a lot of time to talk to other people last year, but this year is going to be different since I will just have one session repeated twice. So I am actually very happy about it, and I'm looking forward to going to San Diego. This will be my first time in San Diego. So this is pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. Before we start actually the stream, let me see what are the comments. Cisco Live is the one in 17 and 18. Yeah, I agree with you. My first Cisco Live was in 17. First in Berlin, and then I went to Vegas later for Cisco Live US, and I agree. Like I think it was just amazing. And I like every year Cisco Live US and Cisco Live Europe are the 2 events that I'm really looking forward and to going to, since it's just amazing opportunity to meet with all people you work with or you interact with in the community or you interact with on Twitter, and everyone is dispersed like across the globe, so I don't have many chances to talk to them. in person. So Cisco Live, especially US, is just an amazing opportunity to catch up with the folks, to meet some new folks. So I really enjoy it. Tell me about it. Don't go in there with just your first name. It was nice talking to you on Router Gods, but there are so many rules, I was a bit afraid to talk much in the groups. We do have some rules. I wouldn't call like too many. It's just a couple of rules. Like, but if you go through them once, you will be fine. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk to other people. This is what we are having this community for. I have made so many friends on Router Gods, people that I really like and respect, and I interact with on daily basis. I actually got my job partially due to Router Gods. Some of the one person from my Router Gods gave me a very solid advice. Who should I reach out to, when I was looking for a job, and I did, and I got a job. Another person was my mentor for a long time, and she guided me, in my career, because I really was looking for a change in my career. I didn't necessarily know what exactly I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted something different, and she helped me a lot. She was my mentor, and she's also, I met her in the Router Gods. So yeah, and another thing that I think is, the more you contribute to the community, the more you get out of it. So if you feel like, like I'm part of this group, but I will not say anything, or I will just listen, you will not get much out of it. But if you interact with people, you will see, well, first, you will make friends across the globe. Second, you will learn much more. You will be able to ask any questions you want about networking, and someone will help you out. You will learn from other people's experiences, which is amazing. So yeah, the more you contribute to community, and this is regardless of what community is, the more you will get out of it. Let me see. Do you know why your previous presentations aren't uploaded on Cisco Live site? Only the presentations are there, no video recordings. Okay. So the main reason why is because my sessions are usually not recorded. Because I usually do DevNet sessions. And by the way, if you go to my website, which is https://dmfgold.me, there is a section presentations. I haven't updated it with the Cisco Live Barcelona yet, but you'll able to see, like, if there is a presentation or recording. There are some test sessions which were recorded, but not many of those, mainly because DevNet sessions are not recorded. They are in small open space format, so they are not really recorded. Taking over Universal Studios was like kid's dream come true. Network Ninja, I agree with you 100%. I actually, to be honest, I'm not fan of things like this, like theme parks and stuff like that. But I really liked it. I really liked especially the Harry Potter area. I thought decorations were just amazing, and I just enjoyed being there. I wouldn't probably go on my own there. Since this is not the things that I really like, but since it was the part of the event, I went there and it was just amazing. Yeah, like I don't know, like decorations were top notch. Like really felt like I was, like I was part of that world, if you will. Also, there was CCE party at Cisco Live US last year in another theme park, and I forgot the name. Damn, I really forgot the name of this another park. Not Universal Studios, but that another one. Let me see, theme parks in. Let me see. Is it Epcot or damn? Epcot, yeah. So the CCE party was in Epcot, and it was Star Wars themed. And I'm not a fan of Star Wars. I'm embarrassed to admit that I haven't seen a single Star Wars movie, but I found it just amazing. The question is in chat is if I'm a CCA. Yes, I passed my CCA 2.5 years ago. But to be fair, I don't feel like CCA anymore since like when I was studying for CCA, I was really sharp. Like I could quote some RFC parts. I really felt like I knew a lot at that point in time. I could troubleshoot almost any issues without any problems. I knew how technologies were working. By the way, in my upcoming blog post, some of it is actually covered, like some part. But since I started this new role where I don't do networking a lot anymore, so I'm mostly doing, programming. I build systems, I build automation systems. Sometimes I build some network automation, but in general, I don't really do networking a lot. So I don't use the knowledge of like how BGP works or how OSPF works or something like that anymore. So my skills are not that sharp in networking. So I would say that currently I can't really defend my CCA status anymore. Since I just don't use that knowledge. So like probably my networking knowledge is mostly on like CCNP level now. It's unfortunate a little bit, but it's also life. Like I made the conscious decision that okay, I want to do more network automation, network programmability, and you can't be expert in everything. So yeah, that's my life. The comment in chat, I'm senior manager of networking operation with CCNA, finding time to study if your cert is almost non-existent. Yeah, it's okay. There is nothing to be like embarrassed of or ashamed of. It's fine. And in my case, I had time, so I made the conscious decision as well that okay, I'm like joining Cisco, and I want to become a CCA in 1 year. And I made the choice. I realized that I will have no other life besides work and studying for CCIE for a year, and it was actually the case. So it is a lot of effort, it is a lot of study. So yeah. All right, folks, if you have any other questions, please do let me know. I really like engaging the audience and answering some of your questions and having a chat with you. Meanwhile, we will be moving to today's topic, which is, well, the main topic is continuous integration, and we will see how to apply continuous integration to, in this case, to my blog. There is some movement to apply DevOps and like CI/CD towards networking. We haven't had a stream about it yet. Mainly, yeah, I'm trying to put it in correct words. Okay, I will just say it like it is. I am waiting for viral version 2 to be available, and this is the time when I will show you how the net DevOps is being done and how CI/CD can be done in networking. It already can be done with like the first version of viral, and it can be done if you write some wrappers with for like GNet 3 or if ng today. But I don't really want to do that. I think, yeah, I want to use the new viral for that. I think it will be a very nice workflow there. So this is why I am kind of like postponing this topic a little bit until that tool is available because I really want to use it. So today we will not be applying DevOps, well, and CI/CD to networking. We will be applying CI/CD to, you know, to like application, if you will. Network Ninja, thank you for joining, and have a great day. See you next time. So let's start with actually what my blog is, like how it's being built very briefly. Then we will move to like what CI/CD is. Then we will explore what are the tools available to do CI/CD, and then we will actually start doing it. Okay, so, well, my blog is at dmfigel.me, and it's not very active. You see, the last post was from June 2018. I really hope I will fix it, because I have so many ideas for blog posts, literally for like at least 15 different posts already. And actually I have started some of them, but I have never finished. I have never got enough motivation to finish that. I really hope I will change it in the nearest future, but you know, it's not the case yet. But regardless, my website and my blog is built using static website generator, which is in this case Jekyll. There are other generators like Hugo, written in Go. There is Pelican, written in Python. Jekyll is written in Ruby. And what is the idea behind static website generator? The idea is the following. You write your posts in Markdown, and this thing converts your Markdown to your blog posts. Okay, so if I go here, for example, if I go to presentations page, this page is written in the Markdown, and let's say this blog post, let's say this one, it's also written, everything here is written in Markdown. But then this engine, Jekyll, Hugo, Pelican, whatever, takes this Markdown and converts it to a static HTML pages. Okay, it also applies like CSS, either your custom CSS or maybe like some theme. Like I found this minimal theme, which I really like, because super simple, nothing distracting, no these add panels, some columns of that stuff, no pictures, just pure content. I really like this minimal theme, so it comes with the like CSS and stuff. So you take your markdown, you take your CSS and some like additional settings. It goes through this static website generator and it outputs the HTML pages for you. Then you take these HTML pages and you serve them with your HTTP server, and that's pretty much it. So this is how my website is built. So let's go to, well, to my blog, to like the structure. And so here is like the pages for my blog. Let me minimize all of them. So there are like some config files, some Docker files, gem files, whatever, but all of the and a lot of these folders are actually going, well, I actually created by Jekyll itself, and then you can modify some parts. Now the posts go like in this _post directory, and after, actually not here, well, actually here, once you run Jekyll, it builds these HTML pages for you, which you can host. So for example, that live streaming page, here is that blog post in Markdown. So you can use something like GitLab pages or GitHub pages to host your site there, but in my case I wanted to use custom domain. I wanted to have some additional control over my content, so I hosted on DigitalOcean. So I have their NGINX server, and actually let me show you the Docker compose file. So I host it with Docker. And in Docker, I have a couple of containers. I have Jekyll container, I have NGINX container, and I have ISO container. So this part is for comments, because for comments you actually need, you know, some kind of JavaScript and some storage. So here I have Jekyll container. So this container takes the well, it takes the my markdown and converts it to these HTML pages, and there are like volumes mounted. So it outputs that on the disk, and then NGINX container, which is a web server, takes those HTML pages and serves them on ports 80 and 443. And we'll be applying CI to simplify this a little bit. So now, if I will show you like what do I do if I need to publish my blog post. So if I do any changes here, so I change something here, I save the file, and then I have to git commit and git push this file to my repo. Once I do this, then I go to my server. Hold on. So I go to my web server, and then I go to the folder, and then here I do git pull again, and then it rebuilds everything. And I don't like this. I don't like this. What I want to do is I want to save the file here, do a git commit and git push here, and then I want it to automatically deploy on the server. So in order to achieve this, we will be using a couple of things. We will be using Docker multi-stage builds. And we already had the streams about Docker before, and we will be using GitLab CI to build container and publish it. Now, there is a comment in the chat. I have applied CI/CD to CAP meetings, tired of spending too much time in those meetings for just a couple of changes impacting image environments. flow for approval and deployments. Very nice, very cool. Yeah, so let's talk about like what CI and CD means. So to be honest, not everyone agrees on definition of CI/CD. CI/CD stands for continuous integration, continuous delivery, or sometimes continuous deployment. Let me like tell you first my understanding of CI portion and then the whole CI/CD. So CI portion is a way to have an automation in place to do a couple of things. Do tests automatically and to do build process automatically when you actually build your application. Now, you know, when we are talking about tests, it's really different depending on the language that you use. In Python, it could be you're running your linters, you're running your PyTest, you know, you're running something else. Maybe you're running your static type checking or something like this. This will be your tests. And what you want to do when any kind of code needs to be merged, you want to run this test automatically so that you can get a green check mark or red X saying, you know, that some tests are not fine. So this is part of a continuous integration. Now, another thing is build, and build is, for example, if you're using a Docker containers, you would want to build a new Docker container when you have a new release of your code. So like you build container and you publish it on your Docker registry. So that part can also be done with CI. I'm actually not sure if it's already CI/CD or it's just CI. I don't know. I don't understand this kind of details. Now, from my perspective, the whole CI/CD is everything from the moment you push your code until you have a release in production on your production system. So every piece of automation between the moment you push the code and this code deployed to your production, from my perspective, falls under CI/CD. What CI/CD really is? It's, to be fair, it's basically a shell script. I mean, you know, like if you just say shell scripts, it doesn't sound too fancy. But from my perspective, those are just shell scripts integrated with a couple of additional systems like Docker, Docker Registry, like your version control system, like, you know, Git or Mercurial, whatever you have. It also is in some integration with your like system where you deploy. So it could be, you know, some kind of like, you know, for example, if you deploy in Kubernetes, it would be some kubectl commands or something like this. So you may need integration with like Kubernetes, or you may need to, you know, to have maybe in simplest scenarios some shell scripts which just upload files on your virtual machines, or, you know, something like this. So yeah, it's basically, from my perspective, a shell scripts and some additional integrations with other systems. That's pretty much the whole CI/CD. Except of the focus is to make the process from you publishing a new code or new change to the deploy as smooth as possible, and to be also as repeatable as possible. So there are like no humans involved in the process. Everything is repeatable. And then with CI/CD, there was this another push towards infrastructure as a code, and like terms like infrastructure as a code and terms like immutable infrastructure. This is where your automation is of all of the like these infrastructure processes is on the level where you can blow up your entire infrastructure. You know, yeah, like, for example, you host your code maybe in Google Cloud or Amazon or something like this. Maybe you're using Kubernetes, maybe you don't, doesn't matter. But the idea there is you have that level of automation where you can literally kill everything in your cloud and you can spin up everything from scratch and deploy your new code. So, you know, this is a term where you have infrastructure, the code, where you store some of these config files for systems like, you know, like for tools like Ansible, for tools like Terraform, for, you know, some like tools like Helm or something like this. You store that in your version control. And you are able to spin up your whole infrastructure based on these files you know, without like manual interaction, if you will. Yeah, so to summarize, from my perspective, CI, continuous integration, is where you run tests and maybe a build process when you push the code. CI/CD is the whole workflow between the moment you push the code to like a feature branch to the Git until you actually deploy this code in production. And CI/CD is nothing other than a bunch of shell scripts or some other additional tooling for that. Now, there are a number of systems which allows you to do CI, like a number of CI products. The most popular one is probably Jenkins, and Jenkins is a Java application, has been on the market for a long time, which has so many integrations with so many different systems. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan of Jenkins. I think it's a little bit too complex to, you know, yeah, it's just, from my perspective, it's just a little bit too complex. Now, there are some other systems like Travis CI, Circle CI, and GitLab CI. And there are many more, of course, but those are usually the names of the projects that you will hear. Now, in this stream, we are going to use GitLab CI. And the reason why is that I really like the GitLab ecosystem. I think their CI is actually very cool and it has so many features. They have private repositories on Git. Their CI runner is cool. They have also free Docker registry as well. So I tried it for one project and I really liked it, how it all works and all of your integrations that you get. So that's why I decided that, you know, as long as I have everything I need, then I will keep using GitLab CI. So the key piece of GitLab CI is runner. And I'm not sure if I'm on the right page actually. So the runner is basically a piece of compute, which can be a virtual machine or like a Docker container or something like this, which runs those shell scripts which define your CI/CD. And they usually connect to your CI server. In this case, GitLab CI runner will connect to like their server side of CI to be able to fetch like the jobs. So you have this runner which actually does things, and you have a server where you define things like, okay, now like when you push to Git, I would like to run these tests, okay? And then you have this on the server, you have this job on the server, and then the server distributes this job to some of the workers, or in case of GitLab runner, where it actually is being run. So we will be using that. And I can tell you, if you do it once, it will be so easy to replicate it. It's literally like one file that you have to do in order to enable CI for your Git repository. So let me think where we should start. Yeah, so I think we actually will need to start with well, I'm thinking there are two ways we can start this. We can start with actual GitLab CI and looking on the settings file. But the problem is that even if we get it right, we will not be able to progress, I think, right now. We really need Docker multi-stage actually at this moment. The reason why that, let me bring this up. So what I want to do is I want to replace these two containers with only one, which runs NGINX. And currently this NGINX mounts my site from the file system. So if I go to my website here and I look on this directory, this is the output from the Jekyll. So it generates these HTML files for my blog. So it's mounted currently from the file system. The way I want to change this is the following. Instead of having mounts, I have my whole website directly in the container, which I will need to create and publish on something like GitLab CI. So yeah, instead of these mounts, well, majority of the mounts, I will still need my Let's Encrypt. I will still need my certs. So I will still have the certs, but these two pieces, like my website plus my config for NGINX, will be directly in the container. And this container I'm going to build and store on the GitLab Registry. So I think this is something that we actually have to start right now building. There's comment in chat. I just spent the last week of doing GitLab CI stuff. I hate YAML. I don't have hate towards YAML for like GitLab, well, for CI, to be honest. I think I'm okay. I don't like Ansible playbooks. This is what I don't like, but with CI I'm fine. Okay, so let's actually get started. We will need to build our container with Jekyll. Okay, so I will take this. So first we will do it locally. I think we will have to build a container. So I need a Docker file, and for some reason here I have some Docker file. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the way it's built right now. We'll have to change this. So yeah, this Docker file is for my comments. Okay, I moved it there. So I will still need Docker file. Now I'm actually thinking that I don't like this folder structure at all. Let's do mkdir Jekyll. So, and then we'll have to move all of these pieces there. Okay. And then, oh no. So I also config YAML git attributes. What's git attributes? Config YAML. GitLab CI example, archives, feed XML, yes, and gem files and index HTML. Okay, so we will move all of that into the Jekyll folder. Okay, so the way well, first of all, before me building the container, let me, well, since I changed the folders, I have to make sure that all of this still works. So I'm looking here on my notes, like how do I check if my website works. So this is Ruby command that I have to do. So do this, and then if I go to local host 4000, okay, I can still serve my block, which is what I need. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so now we have to create a Docker file here. So let's go ahead and do that. So Docker file. Let me think if I want to keep this as Jekyll directory. Maybe I should call it front end and put NGINX file there. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's rename this. We'll call it front end. Call this front end, and then we will have to move the, well, I will create here the file. Well, actually, let's do this nginx.conf. So nginx.conf. Okay, this is my Nginx file. Why it has two sections? Oh, for comments and for my main block, yeah, right. Okay. So I spent so much time for this nginx.conf, so I will not be going through it. It took me a lot of time to make it work. Okay, so we will keep this file. We will have to create this Docker file. Okay, so I will take some of this data from the Docker Compose because this will help us a little bit. Let's comment all of that. Okay. So let's take the latest version of Ruby. So Docker Ruby. Let's do they have Alpine? Let's do 2 Alpine. Or maybe 2.6 Alpine. Okay. So from Ruby 2.6 Alpine. Yeah, so from Ruby 2.6 Alpine as builder. So the idea behind Docker multi-stage is you create a one Docker container, but you actually do the following. You build your thing in kind of like one container, one layer. Then you copy all of your necessary files to another container, and this is a container that's going to be used. And this is a perfect use case for Docker multi-stage because we are using this Ruby and Jekyll. We are using this Ruby and Jekyll to build our HTML files, and then we are serving them using Nginx. This is very similar to how you have any kind of front-end JavaScript application. So you write it, with JavaScript is like Vue or React or something. But then you want to create this one single HTML and like one single JavaScript file and then you're using tools like Webpack or something like this to build those end files, and then you like put them in NGINX or something like this to actually serve them. So this is a perfect use case for the Docker multi-stage. So let me think. What do we need? Okay, we will need this environmental variable. So it's env. Yeah, we will need that. It doesn't really matter what is the working folder, but we can say app, for example. So work dir app. And then we will need to copy from the Docker context. And I think we will have to copy this whole thing, right? I think it will be dot dot. Yeah, I think it will be copy dot dot. So what this does is from this front-end folder, we will copy everything there. Yeah, I think that's all right. So we copy everything there. Then we will have to do bundle install and Jekyll build destination watch. In this case, we actually don't need watch, because what watch does, if like you have any file, if any files has changed, then you rebuild this whole thing. So, well, actually, we can optimize this a little bit. Let's do the following. First, we will copy the gem file and copy gem file.log. So we do that. So the gem file and gem file log, it's similar to like you have PyProject toml and poetry log file. Those are giving the Ruby like the list of dependencies that you need to install. So then we will run, now we have to do installation. So now we will say run bundle install. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. So then we copy the rest of our files, and then we say and then we will have to run this again. Okay, so we copy our dependency files, we run bundle install, then we copy everything, the rest of the files, and then we do Jekyll build minus destination, and let's say this will be site. Okay, perfect. So this is pretty much it. So this builds our website. Now we have to use our NGINX, right? So we say from NGINX, let's say Alpine, and let me double check one thing. So Docker NGINX. We will have to say that mainline latest Alpine. Yeah. Okay. From NGINX Alpine, we will from, and I forgot the command, Docker multi-stage. Oh, it's right here actually. Where is this? Yeah, from run copy from. Okay. So yeah, so here we say copy from, and we have to say that we will copy this from this site folder to the user share, this one. Okay, and then this will be from builder, or we can actually call it Jekyll. Let's do Jekyll. And Jekyll. Let's also do a label here, and label docker label maintainer. Okay. And this will be what? Git add TM if you go with me. Okay, so we copy this whole thing. Now we have to also copy the NGINX file correctly. So we will say copy NGINX to the this one. Yeah, I think I can do this. And then we can also say expose, though it doesn't really matter. So expose ports. So this doesn't really matter, we'll say, but we'll do it anyway. So we expose to ports. So this is pretty much it. So this will allow us to serve on 80 and 443. But there is one problem though. Because locally I don't have my certificate, so this will not be so good. We will need we'll create a new folder here. Let's do NGINX. So we'll do NGINX and we will put this. Let's do what? Production. Well, prod. Or dev file. So we will need devconf. Yeah, so this devconf should be different. Nope. Over here. Yeah, this one is important. I don't need let's encrypt locally, but I do need this. So I don't need return like the this other thing. Yeah, I think this should work. So we will rewrite blah blah blah, rewrite root try folders. Yeah, this looks good to me. So this will serve on the well, I think I will need another let me think. I need to use different NGINX conf. So I can either and let me also see the comments because I haven't paid any attention. I just spent the last week of doing GitLab. Oh, have you heard NGINX pronounced differently before? No, NGINX was the only thing that I have heard. Do you know about something different pronunciation? Oh, NGINX. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, obviously heard about it. I guess I just learned it wrong and then I keep repeating. I will do my best saying NGINX. Okay, so damn. I need to use this different file. So production. So the way I think I can do it is using build args. but I will regret this. Yeah, I think I could. So docker build arc. This Slack allows to pass build time variables that are accessed like regular environmental variables in the run instruction of the Docker file. I think I will need to use arg. Okay, docker build arg and copy, because I need to use it in copy. Yeah, I have to define it as arg. Okay, so where should it be? I think here, right? Yeah, I think it should be here. So we need dev or prod. So arg, let's say what? Well, no, environment, I don't like it. Well, I think I can say environment. And then I set it as a default, so this will be prod, right? By default, and then here we say hopefully like env. I mean, I don't like env because it will be whatever. No. Okay, let's leave it and we'll see later. We'll see later. Okay. So then I can pass the build arg env is equal to dev, and then we'll surf another, we'll take another NGINX file. Yeah, I also need dot here. Okay, cool. So I think this should work. The way we test it is the following. There's question in chat. I pass in version and build as build args on my stuff. What are you passing in? Why do you need to specify environment during build running environment? Yeah, the reason why that I have two different NGINX conf files, because locally on my development machine I don't have my certificates, and in production I redirect everything from HTTP to HTTPS to use my Let's Encrypt certificates that are present on the server, but locally I want to serve HTTP. So that's why I think, you know, like it would make sense. It would make sense to use different the NGINX conf file, which doesn't redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. So, and by default this will be prod, so it will take this prod conf, and if I pass dev, then we will take dev conf. So yeah, now I think we can test it. What we will need. Okay. What? No. Why am I in the root? Something is broken. Because usually when I create a new tab, it uses the same folder. What is going on? Did I do rf? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I renamed it to front end. That's why. Okay. So now we should be able to do Docker build. So let's go to front end, right? Oh, we are already there. So we say Docker build, build arc, I think, and we will say env is equal to dev, and then dot. I think this will be correct. Okay, so now it will pull the latest Ruby from the Docker registry. Okay, bundle install. You must use bundle. You must use. What is going on? You must use bundle 2 or greater with this log file. Are you kidding me? Wow. Where is this? Okay, we have to run this beforehand. Now it says could not locate gem file. Okay, this is weird. Okay. Let's see. Like literally, what is going on? Doesn't help that my Ruby knowledge is super bad. Like, why this doesn't work? Okay. Yeah, okay, I think this will help me. So if I say here run gem install bundler, and then here it should be bundle install, I think this will work fine. Okay, let's try rebuilding this, and let's pray. Okay. Okay, bundle install seems to be working. Okay, this will install stuff. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, I have no problem here with bundle install, but here it just says nope. Oh, I think I see it. The compiler failed to generate an executable file. Could not create make. Oh yeah, why couldn't I see it? Okay, I am going to change one thing. I'm going to change the base image from Ruby Alpine to slim stretch, I think. Okay, we will need some additional things. Compiler failed to generate an executable file. Checking for L-crypto. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll need to have OpenSSL installed or something like this. I would want to see this log file, but okay, it still fails, but I will get to the bottom of it. Okay. Installing, yeah, native extension. Yeah, so it requires some C stuff, I think. What do? We will Yeah, Docker container is not running. Okay, we will take the previous one. So we'll say Docker run it this. Let's do RAM as well, shell. Okay, pvt in app. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to repeat this step, which was bundle install. It will fail, but we will see the log file that we need to have. So ruby install docker. OpenSSL g++ lib stdc. And building on the Alpine base, you need to install the following packages. You need to make sure that lib is installed. Okay. This is helpful. So we will go back to Alpine. We will install this stuff here. So we will need these things. So no cache and this library make. Okay. So this should work now. Okay, let's rerun this. Okay, this seems like a well, okay, it will take some time. So okay, let's see if this will be successful. Meanwhile, we can create the project on the GitLab. Let me see. Okay, I created the project. Okay, this seems to be working. Let's see. Thank you for installing. Okay, interesting. So we did Jekyll build here. Auto generation disabled. Use watch to enable. Okay. Wow, container was built. So the way we test it is the following. We do docker. I forgot to tag it, but I can say this. Docker run it ram p Let's do what, 8080 for port 80, this one, and yeah, let's run this. Okay, this seems to be running. So if I go to localhost 8080, nice. So I can actually, I was able to serve this with NGINX now. Perfect. So yeah, this is our final container. I can now push this container to the GitLab, well, yeah, to the container registry, and then run this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Let me go to post here. Yeah, I can see here, going to the post, presentation was not installed. How could you? How could you? Damn. I broke something. It says no such file or directory. Interesting. I think about page is going, yeah. RSS is fine, but about page is not. Interesting. Let me see if I have those HTML files there. And so, okay, so the way we do this, we rerun this container, but we will start shell. And then we'll go to this folder and see. So we have our about HTML here. We have presentations HTML. And for some reason, it couldn't find this. So user share NGINX HTML about failed, no such file or directory. And it should have tried this folder. So I'm not sure what's wrong here. So it seems like an NGINX conf problem, to be honest. So this override didn't work. I hate troubleshooting regular expressions. Oh, I'm not running this anymore. Okay. Okay, this rewrite rule is when you have .html at the end, right? Then we convert this. Damn, it's so hard. I hate those. Okay, so this is arbitrary path, which ends with .html, right? So it will be something like a dot. By the way, what happens if I do this? Okay, this works, but I don't want to have HTML, it's lame. So if I go to a page which ends with HTML, we are taking these and we are taking these. I don't know what this rule is doing, to be honest. This one is more straightforward, right? This one says if we have a slash, then anything, and then slash. Oh, okay, this one is super easy. This says if you have any path which ends with a slash, right, you just strip the slash. So slash presentation slash is going to become slash presentations. Now this next one is what is bothering me, I think. Try files. So try files URI slash index.html. URI.html. Yeah, I think this try files doesn't work right now. Let me see. No, I have to rebuild container. Yeah, presentation.html works, but this is not what I want. No, this is lame. Let me do -t block dot, well, latest, let's say. Okay, and then we say block latest. Okay. Well, okay, this works. This works. Okay, so it seems like problem with the rewrite. Does this work? Wait, what? Okay, this works. This works. This is what? Why my try files doesn't work? Should I just do locations? Location slash URI indexation. Okay, so when you say URI, right, you will try the same path to see if you have the same file. If not, you will add slash index.html. If not, you will try URI HTML. So this one should work for us, I think. I don't know why it's working in my production but doesn't work here. This makes zero sense to me. Really, like, is it because of location? So I go to slash presentations. This should try files slash presentations slash index.html and slash presentations .html, which I have, right? I do have it, I think. So if I say if I say more .html, I have this file, so it's right there. So yeah, maybe really it's about like this location thing. I feel like after today I will just break my blog. Okay, let's see. So first and foremost, we try URI slash index.html or URI.html. Okay, yeah, I think this is okay. Try files URI slash index.html and URI.html, and if not, then we will go to 404. And I think I have 404 page somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, I have 404 here. And this will go to 404 HTML. I'm not sure what this does, to be honest. Yeah, I was building it so long time ago. But this seems to me fine. Okay, let's try this. Does location not refer to slash block? No. Why would it though? Because I serve root. I serve everything here. My blog posts are with trailing slash, but my pages are like slash presentation slash about. So I think, yeah, folks, I really don't know now. Okay. Oh, it would be good if I also run it. Okay, this works. My main page works. Folks, I really need your help here. I am lost. I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. I don't think this is the issue. And also it doesn't serve 404 as well. Which I actually have on my blog. If I think I just have, yeah, I get like this, not NGINX, but I get this page. I don't get it. Slash block is being served just fine. This is fine. This is fine. I click on this, it doesn't work. And it says 404. User share NGINX HTML presentations failed. No such file or directory. Client. Could be some other config in NGINX is overriding your site. Do I have presentations HTML? I do have presentations HTML. Let's actually check this out again. So let's do shell. It may be the case though. It may be the case that I do have another config file. Let me double check this. Now I'm curious. Maybe that's actually is the case. What is the location for those files? Let's see. Yeah. Where is Docker file? Here. User. Oh, okay. Maybe you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this one is just overwriting it. Let me try changing this. Okay, let's rerun this. Interesting that archives also goes to some incorrect place. Okay, this one is fine. Presentations, nope. HTML, this one. Just bin that confile restart NGINX, see if it gets happier. See, I already created a whole new container, so it has been, you know, restarted really. So if I go now here, I'll say what? Let's see. What? No. I didn't save this Docker file? Or wait, or they also have this file as well. No, this is my file, yeah. This was not rebuilt actually. This was not rebuilt. Okay, let's rebuild this again. Okay. So this is being rebuilt, blah blah blah. Okay, and now if I go to shell of this, right, and I go to the same folder, okay, fine. So now only this one file. So let's rerun this whole thing, and wow, that was it. That was another conf file. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is still broken, but I think I know why it's broken. Okay, this works. Block. This works. Can I go to page? Yeah, I can go to page. Also, thank you so much. That was super useful. I was panicking right now. I was like, this should just work. Why it doesn't? Let's try fixing these archives, though I have no idea how to. I think I'm using some plugin which does something funny. Yeah, I don't know. Archives MD permalink / archives. It's because of this permalink, it's just broken. And I think I had some config here. Jekyll archives, permalinks. Pages. Let's go to our live site and see what it does. Okay, this one works. Though I must say, this archives is completely useless from my perspective. Or maybe not. At least you kinda can like glance through all of the pages. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad, but... And in this case, by the way, it's /archives right here. And it's fine. Presentations about live streaming. Yeah. Okay, so there is this one piece that I had this rewrite that was very bothering me very much. I wanted to get rid of trailing slash. So let's try finding this in our production file. So it was... Where is this rewrite? Okay, right here. So I was trying to remove trailing slash, which I think is this. So if I go here and I rewrite, so we should be able to remove the trailing slashes as well. And then if I rebuild my thing, okay, build. Okay, this works. My block is now right now broken. Interesting, it also redirects me all the time to... I don't get it. I mean, does rewrite redirect as well? Permanent. Yeah, I think it does. There's a question in the chat. It's in Russian, so I will translate it for my audience. Why did you choose Poland? Well, I was living in Germany before, and to be honest, I didn't really like Germany. And then in in Krakow, the Cisco opened an office, so I applied and I moved here. So primarily because of the work, but I do really like it here. Damn it. Why it keeps happening? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you don't run your web server, you can't surf anything. This is amazing. Oh, okay, it redirected me again, I think. Well, actually, I think it should be on. I'm trying to run multiple Docker containers, listening on port 80, but with different host ports. For most part, this works, except for when NGINX does a redirect due to a missing trailing slash. Given the above NGINX config and Docker container running it with host port 8080 mapped. Okay, how can I get NGINX to preserve the original port when doing the redirect? Try looking at port redirect, the server name in redirect, but they didn't help. Based on this, does not look possible right now. Simplest solution is to remove index directive and not rely on explicit URI redirects. This regular expression looks horrible. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's not fun. Let's try this. I will regret doing this, I must tell you. Damn. Genderlinsky, thank you so much for following. And we, in the comment in the chat, we haven't even got the CI bit yet. Yeah, I agree with you, I'm sorry. I didn't think it would be so bad. Okay, this seems to be working. Yeah. Sometimes you think, I did it so many times, it's going to be easy. And then it is not the case. So with the bits you think will be easy that come to bite you in the butt. I agree with you. And I also, like, I'm also not very proficient with NGINX, to be honest. NGINX, I'm sorry. But, you know, like, I can use it. I can build config. But, you know, you build config, you run your project for like a couple of years, and you have to change something. Like, how am I supposed to do that? And then you go read documentation and do what I'm doing right now, which is absolutely nothing. Damn, I mean, what's wrong here? Let's... Oh. Oh. Okay. You know what? I am tired of this. I am going to solve it. Okay. If this doesn't work, I don't know what is going to help me now. I'm actually an idiot because I forgot to expose the port as well. Like, how is this supposed to work if I am not exposing the port? Without shell. Okay. Localhost 8080. Presentation works. This works. This doesn't. And this also redirects me incorrectly. Oh, this actually worked. I don't get it, folks. I really don't. Like, look here on URL, right? So I click on this URL, it goes to a URL without port. Oh, yeah, okay. I think this is it. Hopefully. Okay. Okay, this works. This works. This doesn't work. This keeps redirecting me. Like, why are you redirecting me? Here URL is localhost 8080 block, blah blah blah. Okay, without trailing slash it works. If I put trailing slash, it redirects me. You... Why? Why? I mean, here I understand why I get unable to connect, but I don't understand the redirect piece. Like, okay, here I have a rewrite saying that, okay, any pass with a trailing slash, you go to pass without slash. Okay. I'm out of ideas, folks. Okay, this works. It keeps redirecting me. This works. Archives works, about works, but now my blog doesn't work because of this trailing slash. And here I say, if the path has a trailing slash, then we do this, scheme HTTP host permanent. But when I do this, when I click here, it redirects me to port, to the thing without the port. Why it's so bad? Okay, it was browser problem. It, because of the permanent, it just cached it. Works. 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 Everything is working. Wow. This is just horrible. Pain. Just pain. HTTP port doesn't include port, I guess. Let me see. Host doesn't include port number, HTTP host does. Okay. Okay, let's try this one more time. And I think for the, because this is development, right? Since this is development, I think I can lose this thing, like lose permanent, so it's not permanent. So that the browser doesn't cache this thing anymore. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have to run this. Okay, I think right now it's cached by the browser. Yeah, it's cached by the browser. This works, this works, this works. Everything works. Okay. Okay, so that's some good news. Yeah. Okay, so let's check the size of the container. So Docker images grep block. Yeah, so it's my whole block is like literally 17 megs, and I bet that majority of this size is actually pictures or CSS file. I don't know, like the static doesn't take a lot, and I host images on AWS, so it's good. Okay, so now I can develop, well, I can check all of that locally. Now there's one piece though. Did I kill it? Yeah, I killed it. Let's run this again. There is one piece which I want to see. Yeah, it's fine. I just want to make sure that, like, when I click on these links, they are without trailing slash, because I personally think that trailing slash doesn't look great. Okay. Okay, it seems like everything is working. So now it should be super straightforward to build all of that and run this. Okay. I'm thinking if I should do the same thing for my production, because folks, I may regret it. I can tell you, I may regret it doing that. Yeah, I think I should disable permanent for now, and I should do like temporary one. Yeah, 302, and I think, yeah, it's 302. Deploying to production, living dangerously. Yeah, I know. You know, if this was not my blog but something else, I would probably not do it. But since it's my blog, I don't care about uptime, so I would just do it and see what happens. I mean, yeah, that's not the correct way to do it, but I don't want to deal with certificates, to be honest. This is what I don't want to do, like in some kind of development environment. All of that can be done, I just don't want to. Okay, let's see what we may need to change here. I want to double check that if I put the word redirect, which I think is default, right? Again, NGINX rewrite. Returns and temporary redirect with 302 code used if a replacement string doesn't start with HTTP or scheme. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's default. And I can see it here, right? 302. Okay, yeah, I don't need that. So let's see, I think I will try side by side. Okay. Oh, let's do one additional thing. Is it still? Yeah, it's still running. What if we do localhost 404? Okay, this works too. Okay. Yeah, I just have to be super careful with what I'm doing here, because otherwise I will regret it big time. Okay, this one I don't care. This is for the comments. This should be fine. It's for the comments gmfiggle.me. Okay, this first piece is also fine. This is 301 redirect. This is permanent redirect here. For the like for the SSL, right? So anytime you go on to port 80, you will go instead to HTTPS host and then request URI. I think this is fine. So now the only piece which may be problematic is here. So get a tar file with that. Oh, I have everything in Git, so I am not scared. Well, I'm lying. I'm scared a little bit because even though I think I know what I'm doing, I don't want to end up with my website downtime if I can avoid it. Okay, let me try thinking what would it take to test it, but maybe not fully automated way, right? Like semi-automated way. Like I think I can kill Docker compose file and then I can just run manually the container and see if it works. So I am going to, I think I would like to take this here. I will kill this too, and then the location, this one, we will say something like this, right? And then I also don't use this one. So URI, okay, this rewrite takes care of trailing slash, right? So trailing slash should be replaced. This should be fine. Now for every file which is not this, we will say try files with that URI slash index.html and then with URI.html. And then if you can't find it, then we will go to 404. Okay, I think this makes sense. This makes sense to me. Okay, so what do we do? So now let's actually use GitLab CI. Yeah, what would I need? Yeah, I need to to go to my GitLab. GitLab.com. Okay, here I have my repo, because original repo is stored on the GitHub, but we are moving it because I want to use registry here. So first log in using your GitLab username and password. If you have 2FA enabled, you need to use personal access token. Yeah, I think it should be fine. So we will build a container registry block, blah blah blah. Okay, let's try doing that. Yeah, you know what? It's actually will be not that easy to check, because I will also need to mount volumes. Super careful, because again I will regret it. Okay, let's try. So let's stop this, and we will rebuild it with prod, right? So we rebuild this container with prod, and actually not correct. We need to use this tag. So let's do front end, and let's just have latest for now. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so the way we test it will be the following. We will run this container trm shell, and we will see what are the okay, this is my thing. Okay, only this one. And let's also see if we have our files. How do I do this? Where are my files? Should be user share, I think. NGINX. NGINX. HTML. Okay, so I have 404. I have about HTML. I have archives. I have presentations, and I have blog. If I go to blog, and I have these things. Cisco IPS. Yeah. Actually, I don't think why it doesn't create correct. Well. Yeah, it should work. Okay, cool. So now there is one additional piece. There is one blog post that I don't want to publish right now. So I have to get rid of it. So posts, this one I think. And let's set the time 23, for example. And I think we can rebuild this container now. Okay, and then we double check this. So we will say docker run itrm this shell, and then lsla user share nginx html block. Yeah, this part, this post is gone now. By the way, it's very interesting that this intro post though is just intro HTML, but everything else is not correct. Why it's the case? Is it because of this? Yeah, it's because of this. Okay, since I changed some stuff here, yeah folks, I'm just really scared to deploy this. Let's try this again. Okay, this works. This all works. Archives. This works. This works. This works. Okay. Okay. Everything seems to be working. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I think now would be the time. Now would be the time to rebuild this container one last time, and then we will push it to the registry. So let's do docker push. Okay, it's being pushed. So once it's being pushed, it should be here, actually. Okay, it's right here. dmfigl block frontend. So now this image is here. The last piece that we need would be to log into GitLab on my server. So I have to log into GitLab here. So docker login registry gitlab.com. Well, ideally I wouldn't want to log in with my credentials, but I can change it later. I can use deploy token. Okay, so this second thing, I'm pulling this container here. So I will say okay. This didn't work. Oh wow. And here it says login succeeded. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. This is front end. Okay, this container is being pulled. Okay, now the last step would be okay. Damn folks, I will regret this. I can tell you. I can already feel it. So we will bring our site down now. -v. No, I think I can just say down. Let's, before doing that. Yeah. I need to mount some stuff. So I need to mount these things. Right, and that's pretty much the only thing that I have to mount. So we will say what? Say docker run itrm. Well, actually I don't need a rm. Or do I need a rm? Well, it doesn't matter, to be honest. Let's do a rm right now. -d. Yeah, I think we can do -d here as well, and then we will say -p 80, and then -v we'll have to expand our home directory here in most cases to read this, and then the last piece we have to provide an image, right? We will have to provide this thing, which will be front end latest, right? So let's see, docker run itrm -d. Actually, I don't think it will allow me do -d with a rm. I don't remember. p8080, and we mount our let's encrypt folders, and then we will run our image. Okay, are you folks ready? Let me bring my website down because it's so much fun. Damn, I will regret this. Oh god. Yeah, okay. flag needs an argument. Yeah. So what I need is backslash here, and then I need -v again, and then backslash here as well. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This still works. Archives still work, presentation works, my blog works. This all works. I have here some problem, but I can fix it later. All this works. There is one thing. Does this work? Yeah. All this works. I didn't break my website. How cool is that? Okay, this is not good. What? What? How am I storing my website right now? Yeah, I broke my site. Cool. Host not found in upstream ISO. Host not found in upstream in the default conf file. Okay, just because this container was without comments, well, let me think, is there an easy way for me to solve this? Yes, no. Okay, the comments are here, but it says proxy pass. Why it's trying to resolve this ISO to something? Host not found in upstream. Yeah, it's trying to connect, unfortunately. I'm thinking, is there like super easy way to just kill this? I think, you know what? Just to make sure that my website can still be up and running. I think I can kill all of that, to be honest. I am going to rebuild the container locally. Meanwhile, I think I can remove that entry for ISO, because we will not be able to bring up our we'll be able to bring up the whole thing for a while. So we will rebuild this thing, and then I'm going to push this thing again. I will have to repull the container though. I will have to repull my container. Here. Did I save the file? Yeah, I think I saved the file. So I am doing docker pull again for this. It should pull up the new version, and then I can run it. Oh, I can try running this. Okay, this seems to be working. So again, the way we test it, let's clear this new private window. So dmfigo.me 80, well, not 8080. There goes my website. Wow. I don't get it, to be honest. Do you folks see the issue? Because I just don't see it. I saw the request coming in here, but this one, I don't even see it coming. Okay, here I get the redirect, right? So like if I do HTTP, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I am an idiot. Of course, if I want to serve something via SSL, I have to open the goddamn port. Nice. Nice. Okay. Now, the comments probably don't work, and I don't expect them to. Yeah, the comment section is dead, which is fine. This is what I expected. Yeah, okay. It's back. It's back. Very good. Very good, very good. So, okay. I see that it works. Let's actually enable CI. I'm going to take, since like we spent the whole time not doing any CI today. I'm sorry, folks. I did not expect that you will spend so much time. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to take one of my GitLab CI files that I have. What is this example? Only master. Yeah, I'm going to copy the GitLab CI from one of my other projects, and we will try making it work. So GitLab CI.yaml. Okay. So GitLab CI.yaml, it contains what is the base image that we are going to use. We are going to use docker dnd variables container image. Yeah, so we will have to say here project path is going to be this one is going to be what? The dmfigol/blog /frontend before script docker login. So okay, so this is the meat, right, of this thing. We'll use our docker login here, and then we will have to define the build stage where we do our shell script, which says we will go to frontend folder, we will rebuild the container. Actually, you know what, I am going to double check what happens when I don't say env-prod. I think it still should work, right? Without build args. Yeah, it still works. Okay, so I go to the correct folder and I do docker build, the same thing. I can actually copy the whole command. I will put dot at the very end. So, and here I'm using this tag name, and then the okay, and then instead of tag, I'm going to use, instead of latest, I'm going to use master, right? So CI commit ref name. So this stuff like this, like CI job token, CI registry, CI commit ref name, those are documented. So if I use, for example, say this, you'll find this page, and so all of these are there. Those are default environmental variable that you can use. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So we are building the container and then we are pushing this container. Okay. So we build container, we push the container. We have to specify on which the runners we are going to use. We will do it only on runners which run Docker, and then only we will say for master branch. Okay. So only if there is commit to master, we will find a runner which is tagged with Docker, and we will run this build stage. In this build stage, the first thing we're going to do is this, and then these three things: cd to frontend, docker build, and docker push. So this is one piece of it. Now the second piece is changing all of this. What we are going to use a thing called Watchtower. So Watchtower allows you to redeploy containers if they were changed on the remote repo. And I'm going to actually copy paste it from another project as well. Let me see. Okay, so we are going to add this Watchtower. It's going to be called Watchtower, this image, cleanup label interval. So every 60 seconds, this is going to look for the change in the image. Yeah, okay, all that is the same. And we will have to look for the image that changes. The way we do this is by using labels. So we'll say here labels for NGINX, And I also would like to change this as well. So we don't need this Jekyll anymore. This is useless. Now this image is, let's say, front end. Let's call this front end as well. Front end. ISO. Let's do comments. And let's do these comments as well. Okay. What is dmfiggle.me.xml though? Oh, yeah, I remember it. It's some, like, it contains some secrets that must be there. Okay, so services, frontend, and NGINX frontend, unfair. Okay, this image name is incorrect, right? So this image name is going to be master. Okay, so services frontend runs this image. Container name is frontend, restart on failure. Now these two things are useless as well, right? We will need only to mount our certificates. So we do all of that. We have a label. By this label, this Watchtower will say, okay, anytime this image is changed, I'm going to redeploy this container. And then I'm having here two volumes. Var on Docker stock and the Docker config JSON file. Yeah, this looks all good to me. Do folks see any problems here, or maybe I'm missing something? Because right now we will deploy it, and let's see how it works. Now, another thing is I have to do something here. So git remote v git remote del remove, I don't remember, change remote. Let's see, git remote v git remote set URL. Okay, git remote set URL, then origin, and now this is going to be GitLab. Now this is going to be our GitLab, if I will be able to find it, and this is going to be this. Okay, so git remote v. Okay, I have our remote different. Perfect. So okay, I changed my remote. Git status. Yeah. Now, I already built the containers for the comments, so I don't want to rebuild it, but in the future, I would probably also want to rebuild my my dev container as well. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of changes. Interesting. Let's do. Ideally, I don't want to put everything in a single commit, but I will. Damn, that's not funny. Okay. That's a lot of stuff here. Well, majority of it is just change the directory, to be honest. But still, it's a lot of stuff here. I have my image here in the assets for some reason unknown to me. should not have images here. I should host them on AWS. Yeah, okay. I think no, I am a little bit beat, so I will just apply it like that. Even though this is wrong, this is the worst thing I'm doing. You know, like having such a big commit is just the worst thing. But I don't have a mental power to sort this through. So build, well, let's do change deployment to a single Docker image to Docker multi-stage. This is incorrect. Now, let's do additional piece. Okay. One thing that kind of bothers me is I need to make sure that these folders are not there. And git check if file is tracked. Yeah, I think it's not tracked here. Well, ideally it shouldn't be tracked, right? No. Let's see. Okay, posts is there. Like pages, layouts includes their data as well. All of this stuff there as it should be. GitLab CI is useless. Let's remove this. Git add q git commit remove unused GitLab CI example file. Okay, let's see again. ls files. So SaaS, posts, plugins, pages, layouts includes data, git attributes, git ignore, GitLab CI, Docker compose, YAML. Yeah, all of these makes sense to me here. Okay, so let's now do git push, right? ISA config sum, yeah, that's fine. So let's do git push. Probably I will need to what is this? The project you're looking for could not be found. What do you mean? What do you mean couldn't be found? I want to use HTTPS. Where is HTTPS? Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. So now I should see my files here. Okay, I see my files here. Let's just verify that everything is the way it should be. There should be no drafts folder, no site folder, nothing like that. There is an image which should not be there, but that's fine. There are two NGINX file, which is fine too. And then there is this new Docker compose file, which is not here. Damn. Oh no, it's right there. It's right here. Okay. So Docker compose is here. So front-end comments, Watchtower, all this is here. And we deploy all this stuff. Okay. Makes sense. So since we pushed the thing, now we have, you see, I went to CI/CD pipelines job. I have here running job. So let's see here. I would probably want to change the base image though. Alpine image has this drawback of this like G++ muscle dev, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Like when you install something with C extensions, it takes so much time. So maybe it makes sense to actually to change image to slim stretch. Where is this? I need event machine. Ruby machine dependencies. Well, this one only has for Alpine. Okay, look at this. So it went through all of this, and then it built it, and you see it says job succeeded. Okay. So this container image is now pushed, but I did have a mistake. I wanted to say F mistake, but I didn't. So yeah, there is a problem that I forgot my comments. Remember I in the production config, yeah, I have to read. Okay, let's change this as well. So we'll say what, git status, git add, you can say -u here, and git commit. Let's do enable NGINX, I'm sorry, to serve comments tmfig.me, and then what, enable NGINX to serve comments. Okay, and then we will git push again, and now we will see another job being run. Okay, this one was passed, so you see this green check mark. Probably if I change the package, it will be even faster. So it will take some time. So meanwhile, we can actually Yeah, I'm thinking like, how would I do deploy the easiest way? I think I can still do git pull. Let's do git status. And docker ps as well. Yeah, okay. So we will do the following. We will deinfigure me legacy. Okay. And then we can say mkdir block and cd block, and I will need to git pull from here. And well, ideally I don't really need git pull, right? Ideally I just need docker compose file. That's the only thing I really need. But not at this moment, I guess. So actually you can see that even on the main page there is, there is some job running. And I think if I go to commits, yeah, you see here, for every commit I also see a job status. Okay, where is the here? No, git clone here. So okay. So if everything is done correctly, I should be able to say just docker compose up -d, and that's pretty much it. Now we will need to do this only later. Where is my job? Okay, it's green check mark. I can click on it. I can find the job here. I can see the pipeline. Where is this? I just want to see the job. Yeah, here. So it go through all of these things again, blah 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 blah, and then at the very end it pushes the image, right? So then if I go to registry, this image should be pushed like right now, 1 minute ago, with the master. And you can actually see, it's very funny that this one is in like archived. It takes like 7 megs. That's pretty cool. So this is the moment of truth. So if I did everything correctly, which I don't think I did, but you can see it pulls the VTech Watchtower, it pulls the deinfigure block front and master, it downloaded the image, and it started it. So now you can see that it's not working. It says status restarting. Host not found in the upstream ISO. Damn. Very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, damn. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yeah. I renamed the service, so the ISO, yeah. Damn. Okay, git status, git add -u, git commit, change, well, fix ISO service name. Okay, git push. So in this case, we don't care about container rebuild. I can just do docker compose down -v, and I can do git pull. This case, and if you go, why it's not caching those? Okay, it does this. It changes the file. So docker and compose up -d. Okay. So let's try this again. So docker ps. Now my ISO container is restarting. Damn. No website configured ISO won't work. Are you kidding me? I think I know what that what that may be. Give me 1 second, folks. Remember I had an XML file. It could be that XML file. I don't remember. I did a big mistake, didn't I? Oh God. Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I leaked one of my passwords. At least it's not for one of my primary email boxes, but it's a problem anyway. So I will have to fix it right now. So I'm really sorry. But this is not good. I forgot about that password. Damn. Give me just a couple of minutes while I fix this. Epic fail. God. Okay, we are good. Damn. Okay, this should be a lesson to you all. And first of all to me, that damn, I should not I should be careful with stuff like this. This is what I should be. So let's change this a little bit. I think I can just put it in the home directory, I think. So ISO CFG will be there. Docker volumes dmfigure me ISO data. To be honest, I don't need the whole repo at all, like completely, but and what is this XML file? I also don't remember. Yeah, let's remove this XML file for now. And then Docker volumes. No, I don't like this. Let's do block. Yeah, so this will be in block. So what I need to do, I need to say move the dmfigure me ISO CFG, and I need to move it here, I think. Yeah. What? I am the owner of the directory. What do you mean permission? Did I do it with sudo or what? Oh, dmfigure me legacy, right? No, okay, so we move this file. Well, let's just copy it. Copy this file here, ISO-CFG. Okay, so I have here this config file, which I need. Technically, I just need this and I need this. And then I have all of this here. This image we would also want to rebuild, to be honest, and then automatically pull, but I don't want to do it right now. It's just I am a little bit exhausted with that, with all of these issues that we are having. I also need to change the password for the ISO like config file, but I can do it later. It's not big of a deal since I already changed it on the for my email address. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good to go here. So what I need is I need to do git status. I have to re-upload the compose file again and git commit change location of is config file. Okay, we do git push. Right, okay, so we do this, and then here we'll do git pull. I don't understand why git keeps asking me for password. Okay, let me double check this. To make sure that again no credentials are going to be leaked. Because I know me. Don't use HTTP, use SSH instead. Damn. Why didn't I use SSH again? I think I have to add key. Ubuntu create private key. Okay. So yeah, thanks. So I need to, damn, I don't remember where it is. Is it integrations? No, it's not integrations. It could be CI/CD, but I don't think so. No. General. Merge request, export, maybe in advanced. No, not in advanced. Members, integrations, repository. Yeah, I think it's a repository. Deploy keys. Deploy keys allow read-only or read-write access to the repo. Deploys can be key for blah blah blah. Deploy tokens. Yeah, I think here title. So configure me. Public key. Write access. No write access. Okay. So then this should result here in the fingerprint, I think. And then I should also be able to do git pull, right? Okay, here we go. Perfect. So yeah, we did it here. Yeah, here's this fingerprint. Perfect. So we have this new Docker Compose file. Let's check Docker PS. Let's do Docker Compose Docker Compose -v down, right? Oh, of course, it's vice versa, it's down -v, right? Docker Compose down -v, and then Docker Compose up. So I have my config file, damn, no, up -d. Okay, and then we see Docker PS, and then now, okay, now this one is not restarting, so I can say, can I ping ISO by the, oh no, from here I will not be able to ping ISO, but I can say Docker PS PS comments, Docker logs comments, no such contain, oh, comments of course. Okay, SMTP authentication failed because I didn't change the password in the file, which I actually can change right now, so give me a second. So vim ISO CRG. You just need to make sure that I don't give you the password again. So Okay, and then let's do docker compose docker compose what restart. Yeah. Okay. So docker APS, no, docker logs, right? Docker logs. Okay, so now it actually was able to connect to my SMTP server, which is good. So let's do docker logs for front end. So we should be able to see. You know what? I will not show to you. Maybe, you know, their IP addresses of people coming to my website. So it's would not be the best idea to show them. So the way we check it is we are creating another private window and go to my website, and it's right there. It's right there. I can click here, I can click here, and it all works. Now the key point here is the following. So let me do the following. I'm going to take, let's say, what, the intro one. It's never too late. Yeah, this one. I will rename this. So this will be what, 310, right? 310. So 310. It's never too late to start a blog. This will be going to be testing live on the stream, right? On stream. This is my blog post. We really need to make sure that the date is correct. Here as well. The date is today. We'll say, yeah, this will work. 310. And this test post live on the stream. Okay. This post is completely useless, but it allows me to show how GitLab CI works on the stream. Perfect. Yay. Nice. Permalink. Test post. Okay, this and then testing live on the stream, layout post. Okay, this all looks good to me. So now we do git status, git add, we'll add this post, git add, and git commit, add test post for the live stream. Okay. So now I pushed this, well, I committed it, now I pushed it, and everything I did locally, right? So now we will keep this up and running, and then we will go to what? To our repo, to jobs, I think, CI/CD pipelines, well, actually jobs, right? So this is running, I click on it, so now I wait. So now I wait here until it's running. We'll click on it. So it's running, blah, blah, blah. Now, another thing that I'm going to do here docker logs watchtower. Minus F, I think. Yeah. So once this new image is being built, Oh, excuse me. So once this image is being will be built, then I should be able to see where, not here, here. Yeah, so I would probably also need to optimize this a little bit. I'm not sure if they support not nested Docker. GitLab shared runners or run Docker sock. I actually not sure. I could check. GitLab built Docker image cannot contain. Yeah. So if you share it runner executor is of type Docker, you might try this setup. Yeah. This is where I took this like image services Docker DND. Okay, I don't see a result here yet. Did I fail all of this? Frontend, ISO, Watchtower, labels, command enable true, this, and here we go. See, it says found new image. It will stop the container and create a new container. So remember, like after doing git push, I didn't do anything, right? I didn't do anything at all. So if I go to where here, if I refresh this, test post live on the stream. This post is completely useless, but it allows me to show how GitLab CI works on the stream. Here we go. This is pretty nice. So remember, so the last thing I really did was here, right? I added this post here, I committed and I git pushed. Then it went through the GitLab CI, and then the Watchtower here noticed that there is a new image, so it tears down the container and brings up a new one from the new image. So then, like, you know, a couple minutes later, my post is already up and running, which I think is pretty cool. So I wouldn't call it the whole like CI like CD. Well, even though it's kind of is, even though like I use this hacky method with the Watchtower, because ideally you would want to do it a little bit differently, maybe. You know, I don't know if you're doing it in Kubernetes or something like this, or maybe you will copy some files or something, I don't know. But in this case, since I'm using Docker and I'm not using Kubernetes or anything like that, I'm using this a little bit hacky method with the Watchtower, which always watches for the new image on the registry, and if there is a new one, it pulls it and spins up a new container. There is question in the chat. So excuse me for my lack of familiarity with Docker. So is pushing to Docker Cloud and then pulling the new image the standard way to update container? Yes, it is correct. So you do not necessarily have to use Docker Cloud, because you have to, well, it's kind of well, it depends like what you mean by Docker Cloud though. So the way, like the place where images are stored is called Docker Registry. It can be public, it can be private, it can be hosted in the cloud, it can be hosted on premises. So like, if you're doing something public, you would use official Docker Registry because they have public repos. So there is like Docker Hub, right? It's Docker Hub, hub.docker.com. So those images, for example, where is this? Here. So images like here, like from Ruby Alpine, like this one or this one, are being taken from here. This is like public registry. Now, in my case, I'm building an image and I'm storing it on the private registry on the GitLab, because GitLab provides you a private registry for your images. So where is this? So here, registry here. So this is registry, and this image is stored here, and I can see what are the different images. Now, you, for example, can't access this because this is private registry. Without credentials for the Docker login, you will not be able to access this image. But you can also create a public registry as well here on GitLab if you want to. But also, if you're in some company, what they usually do, they host containers on-prem or off-prem, but like on the infrastructure that they control. So they kind of like, the same way like you host like Jenkins, the same way you host GitLab or GitHub Enterprise or something like this. You would host them like on your own infrastructure, not necessarily in cloud, but you can if you want to. So this would be a similar way, like they host on some internal servers, so that only you can access them via intranet. Okay, folks, let's do a summary. Thank you so much for the question. I think it was very, very good question. Thank you. Let's do a summary. If you still have any questions, do let me know. Let's go through what we did today. So today, even though the topic of today's stream was GitLab CI, we spent majority of the time trying to make the block work and to make proper config for NGINX. So we did the following. My blog is running Jekyll, which is the static website generator written in Ruby. What it means is that you write your blog posts in Markdown, and this engine takes those blog posts and converts these to the HTML. Okay. So we had to create a new Docker file using Docker multi-stage build, which is right here. This one. This uses Docker multi-stage build to build the HTML files and then serve them using NGINX. Now we had some problems with our NGINX configuration file, and we spent hours and hours trying to figure out like how to make it work correctly. It was quite painful, to be honest, but at the end we found the issue. Thank you so much for the audience for helping me out here, because I couldn't figure it out. So we managed to fix the NGINX configuration file to serve it locally or not locally, and once we did, we added two things. We added GitLab Registry and we added GitLab CI. So with the GitLab Registry, Docker Registry, Container Registry, sorry. What we are able to do, we are able, after we build the container, we can push it to this registry. So this was the first step. We did it manually. We built the image locally. We pushed it to the Docker, to the GitLab Container Registry. And then on the server, we did a Docker run command to be able to pull this image from the registry to be able to run it. after some iteration we made it work. At first there was some issue, I already don't remember. So we fixed that, we made it work. Then the next step was GitLab CI. So in GitLab CI we created this file. This one. This is pretty much the whole CI file. Obviously, for bigger projects it will be much bigger. Okay. But in our case, it's super simple. And what CI/CD really is? So CI stands for continuous integration. CD stands for continuous deployment, or sometimes continuous delivery. Really depends whom you ask. The idea behind CI is that you're running some automation after you push the code for testing and for building, sometimes for building. So for example, you would run your PyTest, you would run your linting, something like that. Technically, all of that is just a shell scripts. In one way or another, they're just shell scripts. That is, well, CI. Now, when we are talking about CI/CD, it's a little bit broader term. The CI/CD means, at least how I perceive it, is everything since the moment you push the code to the registry, to the Git, or to the version control system like Git, for example, until this code actually appears on your production system. So this whole life cycle for me is CI/CD. Some people even think of the moment where the older version of application actually is being destroyed or removed. That is the moment where CI/CD lifecycle ends. In my case, in this project is until the deployment, until I can see result on production. So as I told you, CI/CD really is just a number of shell scripts plus some integrations. In this case, you can see that I'm using GitLab CI. There are also Jenkins, Travis, Circle CI, and some other products. And all of them have different features. They run a little bit differently. GitLab CI is super simple. In this case, I'm using Docker as like engine for the CI runner itself. I'm saying that for my tests, for all of my stuff, I'm going to use image Docker stable. This image has two things. It has Docker and Git, I think. Then the next thing that this is going to do is looking on the stages, and it says, okay, we will use this stage only on master Git branch. Here you can actually specify the regular expression if you want to. In this case, it's just only on master. If this is the case, I'm going to select a runner from my pool of runners, which has a tag Docker and also a service Docker DND, which stands for Docker and Docker, but this is like a little bit too much details here. Once this is, we selected the runner, we are going to specify this a new variable, which is this, but you can also use some built-in variable into the CI runner itself, like CI project path. It will be dmfigo/blog, there is CI job token, there is CI registry. There are so many of those. They are in documentation. Then we are going to run this command, this shells command, and then it's a build stage. I'm going to cd to front end, docker build, docker build, where I'm building the container, and then I'm doing docker push. Now the cd portion of my pipeline, I'm not using GitLab runner for that. I'm using this interesting way to deploy containers, which is really probably only works for you if you can allow some downtime. Like, for my blog I can. So the way I do this is in Docker Compose, I define this new service called Watchtower. And what Watchtower does, it looks for the other services with this label com search link lab Watchtower enable true. And it looks on this service on the image. And every minute or 2 minutes or 30 seconds, it will look on the registry, see if there is an update to the image. If there is, it will pull this image and spin up the service. And this is what I did. So basically my workflow is the following. I add here the post. Well, I write post, I add the post, I commit it, and I git push. It spins up the GitLab CI, which builds a new container. Once a container is built, it's being pushed to the registry. Then every minute the Watchtower looks for the updates to the image. If it finds a new image, it will pull it down and spin it up. And after 5 minutes or so, if I go to my website, you were able to see that this post went live here, okay? Which I'm going to remove right after the stream. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So first of all, in general, doing CI/CD with system like Travis with a system other than Jenkins is usually not super hard. In general though, all of those are you just need to run some shell scripts with some kind of integrations with other system, with Git, with registry, something like this. But it's just a shell scripts, to be honest. So this is all CI/CDs. It just allows you to deploy your code much faster and without manual interaction. Okay, folks, I don't see any questions in the chat, so thank you so much. I'm sorry that majority of the stream was not about CI, but about fixing NGINX conf. So I'm sorry for that, but sometimes it happens. In the end, we got to the positive results, so I'm happy about that. So thank you so much for being with me today. I wish you an easy working week, and I will see you actually in 2 weeks, because I will not be well, I'm traveling to Zurich next weekend, so I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye everyone.